It's that time of the year again, bro. It's November again. And you have a challenge, you have a duty. The triple N, as they call it. You have a challenge to raise your testosterone, both directly and indirectly. You have a challenge to prove yourself to become a man. You have a challenge that will be so easy for you that everyone else around you, everyone else that you know, every single man that you know will fail the challenge, but you will stand. You will be the only one of your friends that will remain on this like challenge, that will not fail the challenge. Maybe all of your past years you couldn't do it. You relapsed after 2 or 3 days, but this year will be your year. This year you will succeed and you will feel more like a man after this. And I know how it feels to relapse after a few days. The challenge started, yeah, let's go, we're all hyped. Everything is hyped. Everyone online is so hyped. Nobody is like losing and everything. And after a few days, you fap. You relapse. And you feel shit. You feel so dumb. How could you do this? You told yourself, yeah, for a month you will not do it. But you relapsed. How was it possible? You had all that hype, all that motivation, all of your brothers, not like real brothers, all of your brothers that were backing you up, that were alongside you, helping you not fail, and you failed. How was it possible? I used to feel exactly like this. It was so frustrating when I was relapsing after 2 days, 3 days. I think the longest I've been on my like no fab November challenge, like no, not November. It was like 5, 6 days, and I would relapse. I was way too addicted, and it was hard. It was hard to live with that gut feeling, with that feeling of losing. Everyone else was talking about their streak, their like how they didn't fail the challenge, how it was so easy for them. But I was one of the people that would relapse in the first few days. But I changed. I managed to escape that habit. I was doing it twice a day, every single day, but I managed to escape. I managed to break free from that burden. I managed to 10x my productivity, to feel more of a man, to not feel that shame that you feel after you do it. And I managed to look at triggering things and not go and fap. Get hard and not want to fap. How did I do this? I will tell you exactly how you can do this. And I will tell you two ways. One of them is kind of like a short form solution, something that you can do today and you will not feel like doing it for like a long time, and something that will help you not do it even if you see the triggers, even if you get the thought, even if you want to do it, you can stop yourself and you can not do it. You can stop yourself from doing it. The second one is OP, and it's really long term. I will teach you exactly how to do both of them. I want to tell you, why do you relapse? Think of the last time you did it. Why did you do it? Was it just because you were laying around and you were just looking at the wall and you thought, yeah, I should do it. I should just break my nofap streak? Or was it because you were scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or Reddit and you saw S? And your primal brain thought, ooh, ooga booga, and you wanted to fap. And you kept scrolling more with that thought in your head, and you saw more S, and that thought got bigger. The what if got like a lot bigger, and you saw more and more and more and more until poof, streak is gone. The streak is lost. How many times did that happen to you? How close to reality is it to the last time that you did it? Because it's hard to believe that you were just laying around, not absolutely not looking at anything triggering, and you just decided, yeah, I will fap. Just by reading a book, not reading anything sexual, and you thought, yeah, I should fap. I should just do it. It doesn't come to you like that. Most of the times, 90% of the times, it comes just because you saw a trigger. Just because you looked at something, sexualizing something that made you hard, something that got you to think about really deep things, really bad and naughty things. And then from that, you went to do the habit. You went to do it. You broke the streak. It's not like you were just laying around. You saw something that trigger. You saw ass. You saw tits. You saw woman really sexualized. That was the trigger. And that broke your nofap streak. Or for example, dieting. You had a diet plan. You tried to stop eating junk food. I know it's not related to Non November, but you tried to quit like eating junk food. You saw the junk food. When you saw the junk food, you got that trigger and you went to eat it. You heard the McDonald's song and you thought about junk food and you went and bought it. It's a trigger, something that made you do it, something that got the ball rolling. And as I said, 90% of the times, you just saw something that made you fap. You didn't want to actively do it. You didn't think, yeah, I will do it. I should do it. You saw something that made you do it. And that led you to lose your streak. That led you to fap. Even though you didn't want to. Your brain fought against it, but it got bigger and bigger as you saw more triggers. You can fight that. And you can change that. And think, bro, how powerful is that? You can genuinely get rid of 90% of the times you relapse just by getting rid of that trigger. Just by removing the thing that gets the ball rolling. The first thing that got, like, the first thought, the first image, the first video. If you remove that, you will just not fap. I mean, yeah, you could still fap, you could still get on the websites, but it will be a lot harder to do that. It will be a lot harder for your mind to come up with a reason to do it. Most of the time it's just you look at an image. You are on Reddit, you scroll and you look at the image and you see, and the thought gets into your head and the thought gets bigger and then you fap. That's how it goes most of the time. But if you just are not on Reddit, how can you get a thought? If you read a book, how can you get the naughty thoughts? It's impossible. And it's easier said than done. You can remove most of them by removing social media. Because most of the triggers that you get are from social media. Bro, how many times did you get the trigger from like looking at a newspaper or a magazine with girls? How many times did you like look at a poster with a girl and you got the urge? It was really rare for you to do that. You're just on social media, you scroll, you're on the toilet, you're on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and you just scroll until you see ass. And when you see ass, that thought gets into your head, and then you're like debating, should I do it? Should I just like destroy my streak, or is it worth it? And while you think of that, you scroll more, like hoping to see more ass, so that you get more thoughts about it. And you keep scrolling and scrolling until you decide, yeah, fuck it. Who cares? It's nothing. And you kind of have a routine. Most of the times that it happens, you're just scrolling on something with the thought, yeah, I'll just waste some time. But deep down, you kind of know you're there to look for something. You're just scrolling to see it. And when you see it, aka the trigger, when you see the girl, you have a reason to fap. You can get rid of that just by getting rid of the habit of scrolling on the app. You can get rid of that by getting rid of the actual app. Start getting rid of everything that reminds you of fapping, especially social media. I hope I drilled this into your mind. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Because you can open Instagram right now. You can scroll on Reels for a bit and you will see a girl with the OnlyFans, and you will see guys on there like talking about her, like seeing all those like profile pictures, and the Reels are really sexualized and the cosplays and everything. You can see that. Everyone sees that. That's the biggest reason that you fap. The biggest reason why you relapse. And another thing that gets your mind to thinking about it are streaks. Imagine waking up every single day, looking at a counter that tells you for how many days you've stopped doing something, for how many days you've stopped fapping. When you look at that, you think, damn, I haven't fapped in a while. And when you start thinking about that, you start thinking about fapping. You start thinking about the fucked up shit you're watching. When you want to like bump up the number, when you want to put another tick in your like calendar, you will think of fapping, and you will have more thoughts about it because you're thinking of it. You're thinking of the habit. Even though you're thinking of it in the negative way, in the opposite way, you're still thinking of the habit. When you start counting the days, it will be a constant reminder if you're a failure or about that habit. You want to stop doing it. Why count the days? Why have something every single day that reminds you of that thing? Just forget about it. Totally forget about it. Don't even think about it. That's how you escape permanently. And this is not a long term solution to eliminate the triggers, to not think about it. Because eventually you will see ass. It's not like you uninstall social media and you never see ass ever in your life again. You will still see it. It will happen. You may be installing Instagram again. You may be open Reddit again. It happens. Of course it happens. But after a while of you not even looking at the stuff, of you not even fapping, it will be so much easier to look at it and not feel like doing it. It will be so much easier to just have the trigger in front of you and not take it. It's like a kid wanting candy. The kid eats candy every single day, but for a year, he doesn't even look at candy. He doesn't even have candy near him. But after a year, after he's been productive, after he's stopped eating sugar, he looks at the candy and he will be a lot more likely to say no to the candy than the kid who stopped eating it recently. You see the difference? So just stop even thinking about it. And the second way to stop doing it is to just be productive. I know it sounds stupid, I know it sounds really easy, but if you're just productive, if your full day is filled with productive things, if your mental health is perfect, you will not fap. You will not even have time to fap. You will have so much greater things to do than fapping, so you will not even think about it. It will not even cross your mind even once. Of course, you might think about some random OnlyFans girl while you're like editing a video, but you're doing something else. You're productive. It's not worth it. You think about that girl for a few seconds, and then you get back to editing, and you focus on editing, and the urge to fap is gone. And if you pair these two together with having better mental health, you will become unstoppable. If you start getting better mental health this November, this challenge will be easy, will be so easy. You just have to remove all triggers, uninstall Instagram, uninstall Reddit. Stop being on those like Discords that tell you, yeah, I'm in, I'm doing this, I'm still in, I'm still in. Stop being on those apps. Stop thinking about it daily. Be productive, remove the triggers, and get better mental health. This is the only real way for you to stop fapping, for you to win this challenge and be better than all of your friends, all of your stupid little friends that still fap. And you will break free. Trust me. If you enjoyed the video, scroll down and click the subscribe button, bro. It will help both of us, especially you. Go and watch this video to learn how to start self-improvement so that you get better than everyone else around you. See you later. Mwah.